Welcome to episode 43 of A Message From. We're your hosts. I'm Alyson.
I'm Edward.
And buckle in, kids. I've had a lot to discuss today. A lot to rant about, actually. So,
yeah.
I asked you recently if you had been keeping up on the latest Fedez drama. And you said no.
No, I haven't.
But I'm all in. So first of all, I'm all in. And Fedez always has some drama going on. And I live for it.
Wait, you have to explain who this person is, because I don't think anybody knows.
Fedez is one member of Italy's first family. And when I say first family,
oh my God.
I mean so he's a rapper. His wife, Chiara, has her own brand. So there's clothing, swimsuits, there's makeup.
She's an influencer.
She's an influencer, but the best influencer. I love her.
I don't know anybody who doesn't really like her. Every time someone brings her up and everyone's always like, oh, I really like her. I think even Italian people generally kind of like her.
Generally. Yeah, like her. They're just really good people. And they have two adorable kids.
Oh,
they
that
have
little
a son.
boy is so cute.
Oh
what
my
is his
gosh.
name? Amadeo?
Leo.
Amadeo.
Leo, right?
I think.
And then their daughter is Vittoria. So she's not even 1 yet. Their son, he might be 2, do you think?
No, he's older than 2.
3? He goes to school, but
he could be 3, 4, or 5.
I don't think he's 5.
No, I don't think so either.
The way he speaks... he speaks well. Okay, obviously he speaks Italian much better than I do.
His judgment is very interesting.
No. I don't think he's 5. I
don't think so either.
I think he's probably closer to 3. But anyway, they're just lovely people. I love them. But for some reason, the Italian establishment hates him. I'll tell you the reason. They have it out for him. They literally have it out for him. And this is why there's always drama. They hate that he's covered in tattoos and that he wears nail polish and that he roasts politicians when they do stupid things
They hate to see a girl boss winning.
They do. Recently when the freaking parliament voted against making hate crimes an actual crime. They literally sat there and said, no, if you attack a gay person because they're gay, it's okay. It's not a crime.
Yeah.
Okay. I would just breathe. Because
this is going to be a very interesting segment.
Yeah, I'm furious already. But anyway, the latest drama. So they every single politician, every single journalist, they just roast Fedez on the regular. But he has a new album coming out, Disumano, which means inhuman in English.
I didn't know he had a new album coming out.
Oh yeah, he has a new album coming out. And so he promotes it, right? He's promoting it, as one does when they have an album coming out. So his promo campaign is kind of a fake election campaign almost. So
very smart of him.
Yeah, so he registered this website domain. It was Fedez 2023 or something. Fedez Elezione 2023. And so people start talking, right? Journalists are oh, what's going on? Is he running for office?
I think I did see this on Instagram from Trash Italiano.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then, but he made a video for his promo, right? And it was this Berlusconi parody. So, and this is what lit things on fire. I'm sure you know who Berlusconi is, but for people, if anyone doesn't, he was Italy's prime minister 3 times. He's a piece of trash.
Yeah, which is wild. It was so many times.
Right? Well, if you know Italy, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of a dumpster fire.
He is he's a dumpster fire also. He's currently a European member of parliament, but I mean, He started out as like this media mogul, right? And like he's a billionaire. He got super rich off of like owning one of Italy's like main TV networks, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's been like embroiled in scandal, of course. There was like tax fraud allegations, corruption allegations. There was a sex scandal with like a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, yikes.
He's always like, I mean, if you know like parliamentary politics, you know, like a lot of times in order, like the person who wins an election, sometimes they have to make coalitions, right? To actually rule and establish a government. So he's always making coalitions with like freaking like Brothers of Italy, who are just straight up fascists.
Yeah.
Or like the Northern League, who are like more standard, we hate immigrants type
standard
thing.
Fascism.
Standard fascism, whereas Brothers of Italy takes it like 10 steps further.
Yeah.
So he's just all around trash. But anyone who's like the generation older than us probably knows this video that Fedez parodied for his album release. So Berlusconi put on when he was prime minister, he had this big speech or whatever. He's like sitting in this office with like at this wooden desk with like the bookshelves behind him, and he's like going on and on and on, right? Just spewing his trash. So Fedez parodied it for his album release, and that's when things just went wild. Like every single newspaper is writing about this. Like every news channel is talking about it. Every journalist is talking about it. And I mean, they're just like, they obviously hate him because they hate him. They hate him. They're just always after him. Like the Consumer Protection Agency in Italy has gone after him like 3 different times. So, you know, in Europe, like advertisement regulations are stricter, I think, than here in the US. So like, you know, recently he had that song Mille.
Yeah.
That I'm also obsessed with.
Yeah. Very good song.
So in the song, the lyrics talk about Coca-Cola, and then like obviously it's featured in the video. They were like suing him, trying to get the video pulled down, trying to get it taken off every platform because they were saying they're Codicons, which is like Italy's consumer protection agency, because they were basically saying this is like subversive advertising. You didn't declare that this was an ad at the beginning of the video. They've like, he did this like hospital fundraiser before. They went after him for something about that too. Like one of his concerts had like Nike symbols prominently featured or something. Like they went after him for that. They just hate him. Like they want to drag him down. So this is just the latest of them like trying to drag him down. But I'm like, he's speaking his mind, you know? Like he's standing up for what he believes in. He's doing with freaking beautiful painted nails. Okay? Like, can you just leave Fedez alone?
I have nothing to say. Yeah.
Oh, and then,
I did not know about most of this because I haven't really been paying attention recently.
Well, I'm clearly all in and obsessed, but
you sound like a conspiracy theorist. It's
do.
not that I'm saying that it is, but it's like the fervor,
passion, the furor,
passion.
Yes. So one of these journalists, this is the last thing I'll say on this because I'm just like can't even handle it. But one of these journalists, so he's like super well known too. He's a very well known journalist. Beppe Severino, like he's a regular contributor to the New York Times, like Oxford educated. He's he contributes on Italy's like largest distributed daily newspaper, very well known. He had the nerve to stand there and say like, oh, meglio che Chiara, like, oh, if only it was Chiara, at least she's pretty, like she's beautiful. If we had to have one of them, why couldn't it be her running? And I was like, oh. Are you kidding me, Beppe? Go crawl in a hole and never come out. But then what is the
meno male che Fedez thing that you wrote on the doc?
That's like basically what he said. Like, oh, it would be less terrible than him if it was Chiara who was doing this.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I read it wrong. That makes sense. Okay. Rude.
Oh, you trash. You trash. You're all trash.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you have anything else?
Like, Lady Gaga recently expressed her love and appreciation and, like, admiration of the LGBTQ community in Italy because of what their trash government is doing.
On La Rai. Yes, that's true. I did see that. She's acting insane, obviously, because she's promoting that movie. But we love to see it. We love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here going wild. So
yeah.
Can't say anything against her.
That was a solid 10 minutes of passionate discourse.
Passionate discourse. Can we leave Fedez alone? He's incredible.
You sound like Chris Crocker with Britney Spears.
I do. I am the new Chris Crocker. Well, now that Britney's free, we need someone new to champion.
Britney is free. Britney is free.
Thank God. He did one last thing.
Okay, yeah. You said that earlier. I hope you do realize.
I do realize. But this is... So for his album release, he had like a collab with...
Is the album out?
No, it comes out the 26th.
Oh.
Soon. Get it the 26th. But there was like this pre-order thing with Uniqlo. They made really cool t-shirts, like 3 different t-shirts. And it was like coupled with the album. So if you were to pre-order the album... you could get one of the t-shirts, and they were so beautiful, but it was only on like Italian Amazon.
It wasn't even in Uniqlo?
So I didn't get one.
It wasn't in Uniqlo?
No, I looked on their website, I couldn't find it.
Weird.
No.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe they'll come out with more. I don't know, but anyway.
You didn't get it off of Italian Amazon?
I clicked on the link, but nothing was working. I was like, maybe it's sold out already. I don't know.
Maybe. Interesting. Well, thank you for that rundown.
Yeah, you're welcome. I needed to get that off my chest.
When you texted me about that last night, when I was like, should we talk about it on the pod? And you were like, well, we'll see how it works. It happened.
It worked. It happened. I needed to get it out there. And... I don't know, maybe this week's blog post will just be... I don't even know. We'll just link to all of Fedez's accounts and Kiara's, and you can support them.
Because they have a show coming out soon on like Discovery Plus.
On Amazon. They have a show coming out.
Is it Amazon or Discovery Plus?
I keep saying Amazon.
I don't remember. Because everything in Italy is like Discovery Plus Italia. Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe in Italy it's on that, but here it's... Well, no, because I keep seeing Amazon even in the stuff that they're showing.
I'm going to do a quick Instagram check.
Do a quick search, because I was thinking it was Amazon, and I was like, perfect. Guess who has Amazon Prime? Guess who's going to watch this?
What's her name? Oh, no. I'm looking up something else. Is Discovery Plus owned by Amazon?
I thought Discovery was with ABC.
Oh, I have literally no idea. Prime Video.
Amazon Prime Video.
Prime Video, IT. It's Amazon Prime. Wow. I don't know where to go from this.
I mean, deep breaths on my end. Do you have anything to talk about?
I did, but I don't know if it's worth it anymore.
Okay, but you've been saying you're going to talk about it. Do you want to do it next time?
We can do it next time.
Okay.
We can do it next time. Let's take a break and get into our message, I guess.
Let's take a break. Hey everyone, this is Alyson. We just wanted to check in and say thank you so much to everyone who has listened, engaged on our Instagram, sent in a message, checked out the blog. We really appreciate it. And we would absolutely love it if you could give us a call and leave us a message at 202-630-4509, or send us a message into our DMs on our Instagram, a message from, or you can send an email as well to a messagefrompod@gmail.com. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, kids, welcome back. I've cooled off. We're ready to get into our message, which is like totally switching gears here.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, we have a message from Claire. So let's listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alyson. Hey, Edward. I'm Claire from France, currently living in Madrid. My roommates told me that in the US, you guys really celebrate Thanksgiving. And I wanted to know, what do you really celebrate? What are the traditions? What's the history? And what do you eat for Thanksgiving, maybe? Thanks, and bye.
Thank you, Claire. That's perfectly timed.
Yes. Full disclosure, I am one of the roommates mentioned. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Claire is a new roommate of mine, a new flatmate, and she called in asking about Thanksgiving, as you just heard. I guess we should start with a what's the word I'm looking for?
Rundown?
A rundown? A disclosure?
What? A disclaimer.
A disclaimer. Thank you. The first real Thanksgiving was Bleak as Sin, which everybody I think doesn't know, but like should know.
Should know, because we still just learn like the
Squanto.
Pilgrims and the Native Americans were just so happily living together, and they had this wonderful feast, and they all helped each other, and they shared their food, and it was a beautiful time.
Yeah. Was not like that. I found a good article that I'll put in the show description notes of like what kind of went down, but it was basically like this weird alliance where like some natives thought that like since they came with no like, oh, I forget exactly what it said, but it was like a weird alliance between like the Pilgrims or whatever the fuck and the natives based on like a bunch of disease because a bunch of native people died, and like weird native tribe like politics that like they wanted help defeating the other ones, and then obviously we just murdered a bunch of people. So Bleak,
Yeah.
we have to start with that. Cue to
Bleak.
modern day Thanksgiving, where we don't talk about it at all. What traditions do you and your family do?
Yeah, so I think this is a tradition for a lot of people, but especially being from Michigan. Like, the football game is on. Detroit Lions are always the Thanksgiving Day game. We started the tradition, right? So we're always the first game on Thanksgiving. So it's an early game. It starts at like 11:30 or something, I think, usually, which normally the first football game would start at like 1 p.m. Anyway, football game is on in the morning when like people are getting ready, doing some cooking stuff. Like Macy's Day Parade is on, but we're not like everyone gather in front of the TV and watch the parade or like go to the parade family. Some families are like
the parade's in New York City.
Well, yeah, but some people go to it every year.
Oh, that's insane.
There's also Thanksgiving Day parades, like smaller ones, other places.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people do like Thanksgiving 5Ks or like turkey trots.
Oh, yeah, turkey trots. Those are a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
I might do a virtual one this year only because we sponsored it at work. And so I've been like, I was the one who had to do all the work to get the sponsorship in place. So I'm like, why don't I use this complimentary registration? I digress.
That could work. That could be fun.
Yeah.
But you don't really run.
Not anymore. I used to run 5Ks all the time. I loved them.
Oh.
But, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Not anymore. Yes. We can talk about that another time.
Yes.
Back to Thanksgiving.
Let's keep it on track.
So, we would always go to my grandma's house on my mom's side of the family. Grandma who has called into the pod. Friend of the pod, Grandma. We would always go to her house. And Thanksgiving's never really been my favorite holiday, only because I've never liked turkey. Never.
Right.
I think we talked about this before. I've never liked turkey.
I think we have.
I don't like ham. What else? There's like, I don't like that fake canned cranberry jello
the
stuff.
jellied cranberry sauce.
This is a hot topic, like homemade cranberry sauce versus the can. I feel like that's a hot debate every year.
It is.
Yeah. But so I was always just like in it for the sides, right? Like the mac and cheese, the green beans, the stuffing, the dessert.
Well, let's go through the foods and see what your family and I traditionally eat.
Okay.
Obviously, number one, turkey. Do you have turkey?
Yes, turkey.
Same.
Well, I have to say, I have a disclaimer for this as well.
Well, you don't eat it.
I don't eat it.
Right, but your family has it.
This is what is at my family's Thanksgiving.
Right,
yeah.
right. Okay, so turkey, obviously. Duh.
Check.
Mashed potatoes.
Check.
Mashed sweet potatoes. Or sweet potato casserole, whatever the hell it is.
Not casserole. My
Same, we
grandma
don't do casserole
always
either.
buys like candied sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
She won't like. She's very particular. She only likes the can. So I'm like, I'm not eating that junk. I'll make my own. But yeah.
So yes.
Yes, but just like canned.
Right,
sweet
like I don't have
potatoes.
like the ones with marshmallows, like
No,
a variation of it, but like no. Stuffing.
Yes.
Okay, gravy, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, do you have green beans?
Green bean casserole.
Right, we don't do green bean casserole. I think we just have green beans.
So the weird thing is, I love green bean casserole,
Mm-hmm.
but if you tried to put cream of mushroom soup anywhere near me outside of a green bean casserole, I'd probably throw up on you.
Yeah, cream of mushroom soup is like
It's
only
disgusting.
acceptable as an ingredient in a dish. Mm-hmm. Like I've never seen anyone just eat cream of mushroom. It's always like, oh, I need this
neither.
to make XYZ dish. Which I'm always like, ew, I can't believe that's in there. But, you know, it ends up tasting good.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
very
tastes
gross.
so good. Hate myself.
Rolls. Did you have bread
Yes.
situation?
There's bread rolls. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Okay. Cranberry sauce homemade.
So, as of the last several years, yes, because I've started making it homemade. But up until the last couple years, no. Only
Okay.
the can.
Okay. We always have both. Although my mother makes it. Am I missing anything that's like standard? That seems to be standard.
I think that's all pretty much everything. When we were younger, I think she's done it less the last couple years, but for every holiday, my grandma would always make chocolate pudding. And she has these like beautiful
That's
little
so random.
crystal dishes, and she would put the chocolate puddings in them, and everyone could have a chocolate pudding
For Thanksgiving?
for every holiday. Every holiday.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a lot of chocolate
Yeah.
pudding to be eating in a calendar year.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oof, no. As a child, I would have hated that.
I loved it as a child, but I haven't eaten it in years.
Yeah. The only other thing my family puts out that's like a must is Brussels sprouts.
It's so good.
Which, well, it's just like steamed, so they're not like fabulous. But as a child, absolutely not. As an adult, I will eat though.
Oh my God. Can we talk about, as a child, Brussels sprouts were the devil. Literal devil incarnate. When my mom put those things on the table, I was like, get them away from me. I will not touch that. Now, I could eat a Brussels sprout every single day.
I haven't had Brussels sprouts in ages, but mood.
Me neither, but they're
But for
so
me as a
good.
child, it was less Brussels sprouts, more sauerkraut. I fucking
We didn't have a lot of
hated
sauerkraut. We didn't have a lot of sauerkraut as a kid because my dad likes it and like I like it, but my mom never liked it, so we didn't really have much.
Right. And it's a very Polish thing to like
Polish thing,
constantly
yeah.
be eating all year round. Disgusting. I still don't really like sauerkraut, but I will eat it now. This is like hurting my stomach thinking about this. Okay. One year, my grandmother would always make the pies because it was just like easier, I guess. And we did everything else. And she came one year with the pies and we're eating them. And I don't really notice anything like too different. But my brother immediately takes one bite of the pumpkin pie and is like, this is terrible. And everyone's like, what? And
What?
he was like, this is wrong. Something's wrong with this. And I didn't really think it through because I also covered my pumpkin pie in Cool Whip. And apparently she was like, I was really hoping no one would notice. And when I was like, what the hell did you do? She completely forgot to put sugar in it when she was making it.
Oh my God.
So it was like savory, I guess. I don't know. But after that, every single year we would ask her if she remembered to put sugar in it, and she was embarrassed for the rest of her days. So
that's okay. Two things about that. We always make fun of my grandma because she will always write herself little notes and they just say add milk, and she'll like put the papers on top of like all of her macaroni dishes because she makes like baked macaroni. And so she'll make at least 2, and then so she'll like have her macaronis like prepped and ready to go, but she adds the milk right before she puts them in the oven. And then and she'll have it on like the potatoes or something. So there's always just these little notes that say like add milk.
To like all the foods that needed milk at the end. Oh, that's funny.
But the other thing that you said was Cool Whip. Okay, I feel like this is another thing, like Cool Whip versus whipped cream. And Cool Whip wins every time, in my opinion.
Yeah. Processed.
It's that amazing, like, fake, probably chemicals, but it's so good.
It's like weirdly firm.
It's weirdly firm, but also so smooth. And to me, the smell reminds me of almost like a vanilla wafer. It has like a very nice, sweet, warm smell. I don't know.
It's been a long time since I've been around Cool Whip, so
yeah.
Unfortunately, that makes me sad. Cool Whip on like angel food cake with strawberries, so good.
So good.
Divine.
Wow.
Divine. Yeah.
I feel bad for the people who don't know what Cool Whip is.
I know. Well, I was looking through this too, and I was like, I guess most of this food makes sense. Then I was like, stuffing makes no sense.
No sense. I wonder, do we need to like show a picture of stuffing and explain what's in it?
It's just like, I mean, this is for
bread.
the person. This is for Claire, so that's why we're explaining this. Obviously, I feel like most people listening are like, I can't believe they're going to describe what stuffing is now. But it's just stale bread mixed with like onion and like celery and like raisins.
Yeah, it's like a mirepoix, like carrots.
Carrots, yeah. And like seasoning.
It's like rehydrated. There's seasonings in it. Sometimes people will do like chicken broth or like vegetable broth.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also, some people will stuff it in their turkey. That's why it's called stuffing. And then it bakes in there.
Yeah.
And then like all the flavors mix. Or you can have it separate. I prefer to eat the separate stuffing. We always have both though.
Well, when you make it with the turkey, you have to like cook it differently.
I think so, yeah.
Because otherwise you'll get food poisoning.
I think do you stuff it in after after the turkey's been cooking?
I think you have to pre-make it and then let it cool and then you stuff it in.
Maybe.
I can't remember exactly what it is.
I never do that part.
But I was always like, why would you do this? This was dumb. And
it's dumb. In my opinion, I never eat the stuffed stuffing.
No.
I just eat the extra.
I just put other stuff in that's like not going to be eaten anyway. Stuffing is so much better out of the bird.
I agree.
But yeah, it's just rehydrated stale bread with a bunch of stuff that's just baked. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. It might be the best part of Thanksgiving.
What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving food? We know it's not any of the birds.
It might be the pie or the stuffing, honestly.
Those are both good options. I think for me... Oh, it might be stuffing too.
When I used to eat dairy, that mac and cheese, the corner piece where the edges were all crispy. I lived for that. But I don't really do the mac and cheese anymore.
Crispy bits are so good.
So good.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates, and also to the Canadians. Happy Thanksgiving 2 months later.
Yes.
Or a month later, whatever it is.
A little delayed.
Yeah.
There's in October, yeah.
It's beginning, isn't it?
I think it's like one of the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I celebrated it this year, but I don't remember when it was.
Happy belated Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy early United States Thanksgiving.
Very nice catch. Nice catch.
Yes.
Nice catch. All right. Thank you, Claire, for sending in a message. I was just going to say goodbye. Thank you, Claire, for sending in a message. She already got her postcard because I walked it into her room. But you can get a postcard if you send us a message to 202-630-4509 if you live in the United States, or a message from pod@gmail.com if you rather write in, or if you live outside of the United States, you can send us a voice message there. Check us out on amfpod.com. Maybe there's a blog post. I'm not sure. Check the show notes.
Beep boop. This is Edward. I'm in a noisy place unable to record anything, so I'm using this robot speech thingy. There is a blog post. Alyson shares some of her favorite Thanksgiving recipes. Check it out at the link in the show notes or go to amfpod.com.
A message from on Instagram. And, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and we'll read it. Much like this one from Anna 12345612345, which I'm pretty sure is Pilar, which is a wild name to put as your username. It says, 2 BFFs full of wit and wisdom. Edward and Alyson are funny, witty, and full of great stories to tell and fun responses to the messages they receive. It's clearly a lifelong friendship that makes you wish you were their BFF.
These reviews always touch my heart.
Yes. Okay.
I love it.
All right. We will see you after Thanksgiving in, I think, the 30th of November. Yes, I was going to say December, but it's in November still. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Goodbye.